Man, look, I cut down another tree. But just had to get it out of the way for the new shed, and Mom was impressed.
Ooh, boy, did you ever.
I told you where it was going.
Pretty good.
All right, here we are in the front of the house here. And we got another one of these Harbor Freight specials, 10 by 17 carport things. We're going to put it right here, kind of level it out as best, well, not as best as I could, but as best as I'm going to do. I might adjust a little more, but it's close enough. It's better than the one that we had previously that's sitting in a heap over there, or just a tarp now because the snow collapsed it. That was uneven ground for sure, but we made it work. But we kind of leveled this one out. I did, do most of the clearing and leveling with the excavator I had a while back. And now when I'm doing hand raking, I'm like, this isn't worth it. I got spoiled with that machine. But so anyway, this is what we got to work with. And I just sprayed it down a little bit because it's just so dusty here right now. But we're going to get the rains here in a couple days, it says. So I figured I'd throw this thing up before the rains come, so I can get some of the stuff out of my house, materials and whatnot in here, so I can actually do some constructing in there when the rains do come. So anyway, let's do it. All right, I pulled out most of the stuff from the box. I just left, one thing's left in here are the tubes of different lengths, and they're numbered and whatnot in directions, but we just kind of set these up. We have 6'1", 6'2" for 4 of them, 5'1", 5'2". We'll find out number 23 where these go when we open the directions, but we also have your little, I think these are the base plates where the 4 corners sit on, and then we have some tie down, drill these into the ground so we can tie down, and I believe these tie onto those and a few other spots, and these ones I think are just for the front door, I believe, and tying the posts together and whatnot. And then we have some hardware in here. So anyway, we'll get to work on laying it out. And away we go. And so I just kind of quickly look over the instruction on basically just what pole numbers and bracket numbers go where. But I didn't fully read everything, and I thought I was fat and happy about that, thinking everything would be easy peasy. But we'll learn in a second here that it's not quite the case. I mean, it's not too far off, and you can do this on your own, but definitely if you have another person helping you hold it all together, it would have been nice, especially that I didn't follow all the instructions until I had it start falling apart on me. But yeah, this part isn't so bad, keeping everything together, but this is where it gets a little wonky when you're trying to put this all up there and keep it all together in one piece. It'd be nice to have some bungee cords or whatnot, or another person helping, but it just kept wanting to come apart. And I learned the hard way. It's because, these outer ones are a little bit shorter than the other inner ones. So you got to have these little L brackets in there to even it all up. So learn from my mistake and make sure you put those little L brackets in there. And so it all stays together. And then, so now we're just working on the back end wall here, the side without the garage door opening or the zipper opening, and you just kind of pull the frame apart a little bit, get the cords through it, and then hopefully get it all together here with putting the end of the strap in the end of the tie down, kind of like you get with those, if you have a truck, using the tie downs. But anyway, flip it all over and then we'll describe how it goes. Well, I may have done the back end properly this time. The first time I did this on my shed that collapsed over there, I actually tried to put the tubing through this, this gap or this whole pocket right here in the directions. I say not to do that, but I kind of did it anyway. It was hard to force it through, but I made it work. But it just didn't seem right to have it flapped over. But yeah, you just pull this back, get the strap on this side, put it back in. Same on that one, push it forward or back, get the strap on this side, same on this. And then just kind of finagle your way to getting it flapped over and tightened up with the tie downs. And hopefully she'll be good to go from now. All right, we'll do the front. All right, we got this one on too, and I learned one thing. So yeah, you can learn from my mistakes here, or maybe read the full instructions unlike I do. Anyway, so I would put the straps through here just a little bit so that when you throw this thing up around the pipes, this string or the strap doesn't get, lost up in here. I had it go pretty far on this one, so I ended up just pulling it out. And what I did was I just took a piece of wire and then just tied it off to the end so I could fish it through the top and then pull it, push it through because it's pretty stout. A stick would probably work well. So anyway, so yeah, if you have to pull yours out for some reason, you can get it back through there with a stick, or like I said, I used a little Romex. Yeah, so now we'll go on to the next step. So now we're gonna take the main tarp and get it up over this bad boy. So you're probably supposed to anchor it into the ground and get it all squared as best you can first, but you know me, skipping things. But they give you these green ropes and you'll tie it through these eyelets on each side. So the rope's over and pull it over just like that. So we'll see if this works without staking it first. And if it crumbles, we'll stake it and redo it. So what's the over under on this thing falling apart right here? Actually, no, it gets it done. So that was nice. Just make sure you do this on a non-windy day. I just had a slight breeze, so I kind of lucked out that it wasn't too much. And then you just put those tubes in there and then hold them all together. We have 4 of these type, and I'll just show you a couple. Just hand tighten up. I think I hand tightened everything just to get them all in there, and then I can kind of wiggle it around and adjust it as needed. And then I go in here with the wrench to make sure everything's seated tighter in the end. But yeah, these are the end brackets. They're a little different. Doggo coming in the way. Got to be the center of attention sometimes. And here, just putting the stakes in the ground. Luckily, my soil is pretty rock free, so not too bad. Just run them on down, and then, hey, look at me, actually reading the instructions on how to do something. When it's a little more technical, I figure better to do it this way and just trying to figure out how you tie these little cables you have into that bracket to hold it all down. All right, here we go. We got her done. So got her all pulled over there. Pretty even on the pullage. And you can see that it is good to go all the way up here. But on this far end, you can see there's like just a little bit of the darker tan color on this side of the pole. So that's kind of like how you level it out, but that's super close. So I think we're golden. And the most important thing is that you just want to have it taut enough to where water doesn't, this one's a little loose. Hopefully it's good enough, but you just don't want water pulling up here. So once it starts sagging on the other side of this pole, unless you're out here, pushing it off, and that's spells disaster for these cheap Harbor Freight covers. Mine was snow. I wasn't on the property, so it got too much snow on it and just collapsed it. But I'm here this year, so if it does snow, won't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, we got everything golden. We got these spikes turned in and the wire cables tied into it. I got 3 out of the 4. Back here there was a little more roots to deal with. This one went almost all the way in, but I think we're good. This one I just was spinning and it wasn't going down any further, so I don't know, maybe I'll take a hammer and pound it and turn it some more. But on the outside you have a little bit of a tail going out there, so I'm just putting like this tail out here. I'll just put blocks out there, bricks or whatnot, just to keep it from letting air come under and lift up the whole shelter. So it should be good. I'm just going to throw plywood down just loosely and then 2x4s across so that I can lay lumber on there. And let's put other miscellaneous things in here. Probably put my motorcycle in here and then some stuff that's on the inside, and so I can start working more on the inside of my house because the rains are finally coming and it's almost the end of October, so it's overdue. I've enjoyed the summer, extended summer weather though, for sure. Anyway, hopefully this will hold up longer than my last one does. And then, yep, we just put this old tin shed that was on the other side of the property over here too, and that's just all garden equipment. And there it is. All right, now we're working on the floor. I just had this old galvanized roofing sheets that I just throw on the bare, dirt, just to give it some barrier from the dirt, obviously. And then I'm just throwing this shipping freight old plywood panels that I have. I'll just throw it on top, and the metal should help it from decomposing from being in contact with dirt. So hopefully they'll still be semi-usable for something when I'm done, but most of these are kind of delambing anyway, so they're kind of not better for anything but that basically at this point. So anyway, we'll throw those down, and so we'll have somewhat of a bouncy floor in here. But yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, and there it is. We got a temporary floor in here, metal underneath, and then we just dropped all these rickety plywood panels on top so we can walk on something and set materials on there without them being sitting on dirt and getting soaking wet. So hopefully all will be well in here. What the heck are you doing up there, dog? Oh my goodness. Baby, what are you doing? Well, there it is. So thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, you can check out my other videos where I take this old hoarded up mobile home and rebuild it pretty much from the frame up. And so thanks again, and like and subscribe if you like, and we'll see you later. Take care.